In each of the question sound as the one represented by the letter or letters underlined. The letter underlined here is the J in the joint. Now we have option A, dagger, option C, guardian, option D, mightier. Now for us to be able to get this very well, it's good we write the oral transcription for all the words so that we see the one that has similar consonant as the joint, as the J in joint. So this is joint, we have, this is the representation, joint, G, joint. Then for dagger we have the, this is da, ga. Then for advantage we have ad, van, tage. Now for guardian we have dien. Then mightier we have mightier. So looking through this, you're going to find out that this G in joint, G, is the same as the advantage. So you see there is similarity in these two consonants, and that makes option B the right answer to this because of the similarity in this G. This is dagger, this is advantage, this is guardian, this is mightier. So B is where we have this G here, similar to this G in joint. And that makes option B the right answer. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 4. In each of questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the words or word or phrase in italics. The witness averred that she had seen Dosun at the scene of the crime. The word in italics is averred. So which of these in the options has the same or has opposite in meaning to the word averred? A, argued, B, confirmed, C, denied, D, affirmed. Now for us to be able to understand very well, we need to first of all know the meaning of these very words. Here we have averred, we have argued, we have confirmed, we have denied, and we have affirmed. So first of all, the italicized word is averred. Averred simply means to state or assert. To state or assert or confirm something to be the case. So to state or assert or confirm or a fact to be the case. That is what averred is. It means to confirm something. So argue, what is the meaning of argue? Argue simply means to put forward a reason, to confirm something, to put forward a reason or reasons to confirm a case. So you can see that this and this are the same thing. Now, what of confirm? Confirm means to confirm something. So it's still meaning the same thing, to state that something is true. So all these are having similar meaning. To confirm something. So that is the meaning of confirm. To state that something is true. Affirm also means the same thing. To state emphatically that something is true. That is affirmed too. So you can see that all these are having similar meaning. But now, deny is the only one that is the opposite. All these are saying that something is true. You're arguing for something. She argued that she had seen something. That means you're confirming it. Confirm the same thing, affirm the same thing, aver the same thing. So the only one in opposite is deny. This is saying that something is not true, unlike the other ones that are actually true. So that makes option C the right answer for this, because we are looking for opposite in meaning. So the opposite of averred, like I said, averred means to confirm something, to confirm that something is true, or to argue that something is true, or to affirm that something is true. That is confirm. That is averred. So deny is the opposite of these whole other things, because all of them mean the same thing. So deny is the only one that is out there, and that is the one having opposite in meaning, and that makes C the answer to this. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 5. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. The governmented events in the history of the club. The word that we are looking for, the opposite in meaning, is unprecedented. The options are B, momentous, C, an insignificant, D, an unnecessary. Now, for us to know the word that is opposite in meaning to the word we are looking at, which is unprecedented, we need to look at the meanings of these words. So we start with the first one, which is unprecedented. What is the meaning of unprecedented? Unprecedented simply means never before seen. Never before seen. Something that is so big or so important that it has not been done before or seen before. Something that is very, very important. That is unprecedented. Then we look at the second word, a perfect. Perfect simply means thoroughly skilled. That's the meaning of perfect. Thoroughly skilled. You are so skilled that you are so perfect. Thoroughly skilled or talented. Somebody that is so talented in something that you cannot say that person is perfect. Now, momentous, what does momentous mean? Momentous simply means outstanding. Something that is so great that you can say is outstanding, or something that is very, very important. So you can see that it has the same meaning as unprecedented. Now you look at an insignificant. When you say something is insignificant, it simply means that that thing is not important. So it's opposite of what we've been saying since. Now, an unnecessary. When you say that something is unnecessary, it simply means that that thing is not needed. Something that is not needed is unnecessary. So you can now see the one opposite in meaning to this. Unprecedented is something that is so important, so big, something that has not been seen before. So it can be likened to something that is outstanding. So two of them are having the same meaning. It can also be likened to something that is momentous. You understand? Or something that is so perfect. But the direct opposite to something that is so important that has not been seen before is something that is not important. So you can see that option C is the right answer. This one is not needed, so it's not in the same context as being important or not important. So this one is the one that is directly opposite to unprecedented, something that has not been seen before, something that is so great that you can say is very, very important. So option C is the right answer to this, and that's what we're picking. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 6. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. Our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played. The word we are looking at is ignoble, and the options are embarrassing, B, honorable, C, extraordinary, D, dishonorable. Now, for us to be able to pick out the word that is opposite in meaning, we need to know the meaning of the word in question, which is ignoble. What does ignoble mean? Ignoble simply means not honorable. That's the meaning of ignoble. Not honorable. Something that is not honorable. Not honorable. That is the meaning of ignoble. So, which is opposite of it here? So, we are going to look at the words one by one. Number one is embarrassing. What is the meaning of embarrassing? Embarrassing simply means feeling uncomfortable or shy. Feeling uncomfortable. That's the meaning of embarrassed. When you feel embarrassed, it simply means that you're feeling uncomfortable or that you're feeling shy. That's the meaning. Then honorable means worthy of respect. When something is honorable, it simply means that that thing is worthy of respect. So you can simply see that the opposite, ignoble, honorable, you can be seeing the relationship there. Then extraordinary, what does it mean? Extraordinary, when you say that something is extraordinary, it simply means that that thing is not usual, or something that is unusual. Not usual. Extraordinary, something that is unusual is extraordinary. So important. Dishonorable, something that is bringing shame. Bringing shame. Dishonorable is something that is bringing shame or disgrace. Something that is bringing shame or disgrace to someone or something. So you can see the meaning of all these words. So you can easily pick out the one that is opposite to not honorable. Not honorable, something that is bad, ignoble. So honorable here is opposite of it. So something that is worthy. You can see that not honorable is the same thing as dishonorable, something that is bringing shame. So you can see that this is similar to this. Extraordinary doesn't really have much connection with them as to opposite or similar in meaning. Feeling uncomfortable or shy can still be related to not honorable. It's still something you're not, something that is not worthy of your being comfortable with. So the one that is directly opposite to not honorable is something that is honorable. So that makes option B the most likely answer, and that is the answer we're picking. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 7. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. He is notorious for his drunkenness. The word in italics is notorious. The options are A, popular, B, known, C, well-known, D, renowned. So which of the following has meaning that is opposite to the word notorious? Now, for us to be able to understand this and answer appropriately, we need to know the definition of the various words that are involved. So let's take a look at the first word, which is notorious. What does notorious mean? Notorious simply means widely known, for something bad, or bad and infamous. So that's the meaning of notorious. So I'm going to write it down. Widely known, in brackets, or comma, bad or infamous. That is the meaning of notorious. Notorious is when you are known for something that is bad. Now let's take a look at the first option, popular. What is popular? Popular simply means common among the general public, something that everybody knows about. Common among the general public. That is the meaning of popular. Then known, someone or something that is known by many people. That's the meaning of known. Known by many people. Something or something that is known by many people, which is also the same as popular, very similar to popular. Well known is also widely or generally known. Somebody that is, or something that is widely or generally known. Then renowned, something that is famous, or somebody that is famous is said to be renowned. Famous, or somebody that is celebrated or well known. So all these are similar. So you can see that well known and renowned are very similar to one another. So what is the opposite of notorious? So the opposite should be when you are known for good thing. So you can see that most of them simply means well known. Notorious has something to do with being well known. Popular has something to do with being well known. Known by people, well known has to do with well known. But where we can fish out the differences in well known for what? Here you are well known for something that is good, it is renowned. You are well known for something that is bad, it is notorious. So the right option here should be D, because here you're well known, but you're celebrated because you're well known for something good. But notorious, you're widely known, but bad and infamous. So you can see this is infamous and this is famous. So you can see from the definitions that this is the opposite of this. So renowned is the right answer. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question English 2018, question number 8. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. The severity of the harmattan helped me to complete my writing assignment in record time because I had no choice but to lock myself indoors. The word in italics is severity. So which of these has a meaning that is opposite to that of severity? Option A, warmth. B, mildness. C, moderation. D, leniency. Severity, something that is very severe and harsh. The opposite is mild, something. Before we assert that, before we affirm that option B is the answer, to be good, we know the meaning of the other words. So let's look at the first word, severity, which is the word we are looking for the opposite meaning. It means the state of being severe or harsh. So severity simply means the state of being severe, and we know that being severe simply means being harsh. So if the weather is harsh, that is, it is severe. Warmth is when you have something that is moderate in temperature, like something that has moderate temperature, something that is not too hot is said to be warmth, or something that is nice also. But mildness is state of not being harsh. So mildness simply means not severe. That's the direct opposite of severe, and that makes option B the right answer. Moderation is something that is moderate, just like warmth. But while warmth is talking about has to do with temperature, moderation has to do with something that is moderate. But in this context, the moderation of the harmattan, the structure of the English is not very good. Leniency is also something that is not harsh. But in this context of harmattan, you have to pick something that is something that will go in and comfortably take the contents of the other word, and that's why mildness is the right option for this. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this jumper of the questions 4 to opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. This card entitles you to attend. What is entitles? Option A, disqualifies. B, discourages. C, disenchants. D, satisfies. Now, for a quick one, qualify, because it's either you're entitled to attend or you're disqualified. That means you're not entitled. So option A is the right answer, but to get a very clear picture of what is happening, we need to give the definition of the the definitions of the various words concerned. So let's look at entitled. Simply means to give somebody the authority. You understand? To do something. To give legitimacy or authority to do something. You understand? Now, disqualifies means to deny somebody or to declare somebody ineligible to do something. That means you cannot. To cause someone to lose confidence, discourages. Cause somebody or someone to lose confidence or to lose enthusiasm. So it's either you're losing confidence or you're losing enthusiasm to do something. So you're no longer willing to do something. Disenchant means to cause someone to be disappointed. To cause someone to be disappointed. That's the meaning of disenchant. And satisfy simply means to meet the expectations. To meet someone's expectations. That is, you're satisfying the person. Or to meet someone's needs. Or it could also be to meet someone's desires. So all these are satisfied. So you can simply see that entitled means to give somebody legitimacy, authority, or legibility to do something, but disqualify is making something ineligible. That means you're not qualified to do something. So these two are direct opposite to one another. So that makes option A the right answer, and that is why we're picking it. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB Pass question, English 2018, question number 10. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words. He is loved for his altruism. A, benevolence. B, sincerity. C, selfishness. D, selflessness. So the underlined word is altruism. So which of the following is opposite in meaning to the word altruism? Now, for us to be able to answer this, we'll need to know the definitions of the various words that are involved. So let's take a look at the first one. We talk about altruism. What does altruism mean? Altruism simply means regard for altruism. That means you don't care for just yourself, you care for every other person. That is altruism. So now we look at benevolence. Benevolence is a disposition to do good. The state or that disposition that makes you always want to do good to people. So you can see that it has something similar to altruism, but position to do good is benevolence. So it cannot be the opposite of altruism. Now we look at sincerity. Sincerity is the state or quality of being sincere. And being sincere simply means being truthful. So that quality or state of being sincere. That is what sincerity is, or being truthful. You're sincere. When somebody says you're sincere, that means you're truthful. Now, selfishness. What is selfishness? That quality of being selfish or thinking about having no regard for others or thinking about yourself alone. So selfishness, you always have regard or more concerned. You are more concerned with yourself or with one is more concerned with oneself. That's selfishness. I think that's the direct opposite of altruism, which is regard for others. So it's either you're concerned for yourself or you have regards for the selflessness. Also means altruism in some ways, because you care about other people. You don't really care much about others when you're selfless. As for others, you're concerned for others. So the opposite for that is when you care for yourself alone, which is selfishness. So that makes option C the right answer for this, and that's what we're picking. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at these JAMB past questions. 2018, question number 11. In each of the word or words or phrase in italics, the journalist said he was working freelance. So the word is freelance, which is opposite in meaning to freelance. Is it A, tireless, B, without pay, C, satisfactorily, D, dependently? Now, whenever you hear the word freelance simply means that you are not tied down to a contract. You are not tied down to a contract. So it's either you are tied down to a contract, you are independent. It's either you're tied down or you are tied down. So when you're dependent, it means you're dependent on a contract. But when you're freelance, it means you are not tied down. So you can see that these two are direct opposite to one another. And this, we need to have the full definition of all this. So whenever you hear the word freelance, what does it mean? Someone who sells his services to employers without a long-term contract. So that's the meaning of freelance. You can be a freelance web developer or a freelance writer or something, but you're not engaged in a long-term contract with a company. So you're actually free. So that is freelance. Now, tireless simply means you're not yielding to fatigue. Somebody that doesn't get tired easily, not yielding to fatigue. That's the meaning of tireless. Now, without pay means that you're working and you're not collecting money. You're not paid. You're working for free. Then satisfactorily simply means in a manner, you're working in a manner adequate, in a manner that is adequate to requirements. So you're doing exactly what is needed of you. That is what is satisfactory. Then, but dependently simply means in a dependent manner. Like you're dependent on something, like you fulfill your contract. So unlike freelance, that means that you're not into any long-term contract. Dependent simply means that you're dependent on a contract. So you can see that freelance is the direct opposite of dependently in this. All these don't have much to do with freelance, because tireless simply means that you're not getting tired, you're not yielding to fatigue. Without pay simply means you're working for free, you're not being paid. Satisfactorily simply means that you're working in a manner that is adequate for the job. But dependently simply means you're dependent on somebody, on a contract. Freelance simply means you're independent of any contract. You just do your work and sell to the employer. And that's why option D is the right answer for this. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at these JAMB past questions. English 2018, question number 12. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. The Flying Eagles put up a plucky defense against the opponents. A, strong. B, weak. C, careless. D, tactful. So which of these is the opposite of plucky? Plucky. Now, for us to get this in perspective and be able to understand this, we need to know the different the definitions of the various words. So the word we are considering is plucky. What is the meaning of plucky? Plucky simply means having or showing determined courage in the face of difficulties. So having or showing determined courage. So when someone has courage in the face of difficulties, we say that that person is plucky. In the face of difficulties. So having or showing determined courage in the face of difficulties, that means you're very strong. So plucky can be used as the same thing as strong. So two of them are synonyms, but they are not antonyms. But actually we are looking for antonyms. So the opposite should be weak, because weak is somebody that doesn't have courage. So from there you can simply see that option B is the right answer. But let's still get down the definition. So what is capable simply mean strong simply means capable of producing great physical force. Capable of producing great physical force. So that is what strong means. Now weak simply means lacking in force. When you lack force, that's the opposite of strong, or the opposite of pluck. Lacking in force. So when you're lacking in force or ability, you say that that person is weak. Somebody that lacks force or ability. Now what is carelessness or careless? Careless means free from care. You don't care much. Free from care. So you don't actually care. Somebody that doesn't care is said to be careless. Now tactful. What's the meaning of tactful? Tactful simply means able to deal with people in a sensitive manner. Tactful. You're dealing with things in a sensitive manner. That's the meaning of being tactful. That means you're very careful. So it could be opposite of this one. So what is the opposite of plucky? Plucky simply means determined and courage to face difficulties. Somebody that is strong. So the opposite should be weak. And that makes option B the right answer. Lacking in force or ability to face difficulties. So B is the right option as to being the opposite in meaning to plucky. Thank you. Welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question number 13. JAMB 2018 English question number 13. In each of the questions 4 to 13, choose the option opposite in meaning to the word or words or phrase in italics. We found a shady place for the display. The italicized word is shady. Is shady. So which of the following has a meaning that is opposite to that of a shady? A, an open. B, An unsafe. C, a stuffy. D, an enclosed. Now, for us to understand this very well, we need to know the meaning of these words. So first of all, the word that we are looking at is a shady. Shady simply means a place that has shade. You understand? You're staying in a place that has shade, a place that is covered. You understand? So shady means something that is abounding in shade. That place is shaded. Shade is something like a canopy or something covering it, so that a place that is covered, a place that is not open, so that sun will not be beating you. That is shady. So you can simply see that the opposite will be an open. Opposite of a shady will be an open. Because it's either shady, that means there is shade covering it, or it is open, so that the sun will be hitting on your head. So you see that the opposite here is open actually. But we'll still get down. So shady simply means abounding in shade, something that is closed, especially on the top. Now, an open means something that is open. It's very easy to understand. But an unsafe, it simply means that a place is not safe or dangerous, a place that is dangerous. That is the meaning of unsafe. You can see that it doesn't have much to do with this as synonym or item. A stuffy place means a place that is poorly ventilated. A stuffy, your room can be stuffy. If you get to your room and there are plenty things in your room, your luggages, everything in the room, you see, you will not even be able to breathe well. So a room is a stuffy room is a poorly ventilated room. That is, you come into the room, you have your television, you have your bags, you have your table, everything is inside the room. So there is no much ventilation. Air will not be able to come in. So such a room is called a stuffy room. Now, lastly, we have what we call enclosed. Enclosed means something that is closed, something that is fenced. You have a fence, something that is fenced in, or something that has something that is surrounded. So that is what we call enclosed. So which of these is the opposite of shady? Like I said, shady is something that you have a closing. What is the opposite? Is open. So option A is the right answer. D could be said to be a synonym or close to the meaning. But the direct opposite from the options we have is open. And that's why we pick option A as the right answer to this. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past questions English 2018, question number 14. In questions 14 to 21, choose the option nearest in meaning to the underlined. Thousands of students are candidates for the examination, but only very few pass. The underlined words are candidates. The options are A, coming, B, call for, C, go into, D, enter for. Now, for us to understand this much better, we need to know the meaning of all these words or phrases. Now, we look at our candidates. When you say that somebody is a candidate for something, it means that that person is applying for something, or that person is going in for something. That's the meaning. So a person who is trying to be elected or apply for a job, or a person taking an exam is a candidate. So in this case, they are talking about examination. So person that have registered to take an exam is a candidate. So the very close similarity is when you say enter for. Enter for simply means to put one's name on the list for an exam. To put one's name on the list for an exam. That means you're applying for an exam too. So these two are very similar. But when you say come in, what does come in mean? Come in means to finish a race in a particular position. My horse came in last. To finish a race in a particular position. That's the meaning of come in. You can say I came in last, you understand, in the competition. Come in simply means the position that you finished in. Call for, what's the meaning of call for? Call for simply means to need something. You are calling for something means that you need that thing, to need something. Who called for the noise? That means who needs this noise? I didn't call for this, all this harassment. That means you don't need it. Go into simply means to move in a particular direction or to hit something violently. When you say a car skidded and went into the tree, it means to move in to go into means to move in a particular direction, to move in a particular direction. That is the meaning of go in, or to hit something. So you can see that the one that is very close to this, looking at the contents, thousands of students are candidates for an examination. Thousands of students applied for an examination. That's the meaning. Or thousands of students entered for an examination, but only few pass. A candidate simply means you apply for something. You are applying for something. Enter for also simply means you are applying for something, or you're going in for something. You're applying for an examination or something. So option D is the right answer because it is the one that has meaning nearest the meaning to the word on the line. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 15. In questions 14 to 21, choose the option nearest the meaning to the underlined. The underlined here is, for all he cared, the game was as good as lost. Options: A, he did not care if the game was lost. B, he could not care less if the game was lost. C, he was almost certain that the game would be lost. D, he was afraid the game would be lost. Now, whenever you hear the word for all I cared or for all he cared, that word simply means that you don't care. This word, for all he cared, and when you say for all I cared, it simply means you don't care. So here you could see he did not care. This already makes this very similar to this. So the game was as good as lost. He did not care if the game was lost. So he does not really he did not really care. So option A is actually the right answer. Now looking at other options, he could not care less if the game was lost. No. He was almost certain the game. No. He wasn't certain, but he did not care. For all he cared. He was afraid the game. There is nothing like being afraid here. For all he cared simply means that he did not care whether the game was lost or not. So option A is the right answer for this. So what you are taking home is that whenever you hear the word for all I care or for all he cared, that simply means you don't care or he doesn't care or something like that. So option A is the right answer. Thank you. Let's look at these JAMB past questions, English 2018, question number 16. In questions 14 to 21, choose the option nearest the meaning to the underlined. The meeting was cancelled because of the convocation. The word underlined is cancelled. Option A, brought up. B, called off. C, broke off. D, phased out. So which of these is the synonym of the word cancelled? Now, to put this in context, cancelled simply means that the meeting is not going to hold again. So the one that is closely related or synonym to this or nearest in meaning to this is called off. So the word called off also means cancelled. So B is very closely the answer to the question. But now to describe all these words, we have cancelled to mean to decide that something that is arranged will no longer hold or will no longer take place. So that is the meaning of counsel. Brought up simply means to bring something up for discussion, like you're having a meeting and you want something to be brought up for discussion, you understand? To bring something into discussion. You're discussing something, you want something to be included. Broke off simply means to stop or end something suddenly. To end something suddenly. That is broke off. Now, phased out means to eliminate something gradually or to remove something or something. So to remove or eliminate something, that is phase out. So you can see that from all these, that called off is the one that is very close to cancelled or means the same thing as cancelled. And that's why we're picking option B as the answer. Thank you. Welcome. Let's look at these JAMB past questions, English 2018, question number 17. In questions 14 to 21, choose the option nearest the meaning to the underlined. IODG is an ardent supporter of education for the child. The underlined word is ardent. The options are A, cogent, B, passionate, C, an ignorant, D, an optimistic. So which of these is the synonym or has meaning that is near to ardent? Now, for us to get this in perspective, we need to know the different definitions of all this. Now, when you hear the word ardent, ardent simply means very enthusiastic and showing strong feelings about something. Very enthusiastic or showing strong feelings about something. So you have very strong feelings about something. That is, you are ardent supporter of that. So you can also say that this word passionate also means showing very strong feeling. You can see, so both of them are having the same definition. That means they are the same thing, strong feelings about something. But when you say the word cogent, cogent simply means strongly or clearly expressed in a way that influences people, or in a way that influences what people believe. So cogent means strongly or clearly expressed. So you express something in such a way that it will influence people's way of thinking. Now, ignorant simply means lacking knowledge. When you say that somebody is ignorant, it means that the person does not have knowledge. Now, optimistic means thinking that the best possible thing will happen or hoping for the best. That is optimistic. You're always thinking that the best thing is going to happen. So which of these have the same meaning as ardent? Ardent means showing strong feeling for something. Passionate means showing strong feeling for something. So you can see that passionate is the correct answer for this, and that's why we're picking option B. Thank you. Yes, let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 18. In questions 14 to 21, choose the option nearest the meaning to the underlined. The exhibition was an eye-opener to all. The underlined word is exhibition. Options: option A, style, B, examination, C, dispatch, D, display. So which of the following has a meaning that is near to exhibition? Now, for us to get this into perspective, we need to know the meaning of the various words. Now, what is exhibition? Exhibition simply means a collection of things shown to the public. A collection of things or works, artworks shown to the public. So when you've collected things and you're showing it to the public, you're displaying it. That is exhibition. So you can see that even without explaining all this, you can see that display is the right option. But we are going to define the words one by one. Style. What is style? Style is simply features of a book or painting or building that makes it typical of a particular author or artist. So style simply means features that make something to be related to a particular person or author. You understand? So that when you come, you say, this is the style of Tclassified. This is my style because this is the way I do things. So style simply means way of doing things. So that feature that you can easily link up somebody with. Now, we are going to look at the other word, examination. What is the meaning of examination? Examination is the act of looking into or considering something. You're looking into something. You're examining. You want to examine something. So you're looking into something. You understand? You're observing something, examining something. Dispatch. What is dispatch? Dispatch simply means to send somebody or something somewhere for special purpose. To send something or somebody somewhere for a purpose. That is dispatch. You've sent it already. I've treated this case with dispatch. I've already done it and I've sent it to where it's supposed to be. Now, what is display? Display means to put something in a place where people can see it. To put something
in
a place where people can see. You can see that where people can see it. So you can see that it's the same thing as showing something to the public. That makes option D the right answer. Display is very close to exhibition, and that's what is the answer. Thank you.
Doesn't watch injury. I won't play for my health, not to injure myself.
Hello, welcome. Let's look at the JAMB past questions, English 2018, question number 19. In questions 14 to 23, choose the option nearest in meaning to the underline. As a journalist, Bola has always had a nose for stories. The underlying word is nose. Options are A, an instinct, B, a command, C, soft comment, D, cynical statement. So what does it mean to have a nose for something? It simply means that you have an instinct for something. That's on your own. You can just, do something naturally. That's what had a nose for, you understand? You're always open to stories or something. An instinct, naturally it comes to you. So option A is actually the right answer. But to throw more light on this, whenever you are having nearest in meaning or opposite in meaning, sometimes you are going to be having figures of speech. So it's not always that it has to be direct opposite, but we can be using figures of speech. Your ability to know the meaning of the figure of speech, you cannot compare it with the word that you have. So something like Bola has always had a nose for stories. It means that Bola has instinct. He has an instinct for stories. You understand? Instinct simply means something you don't need to learn. It happens naturally. Instinct happens naturally. Understand? You don't need to learn it. You have instinct for that. Always had a nose for stories. So option A is actually what is very close to being the answer, and that's why we're picking it. But when you say a command, it simply means to give an authority or to preempt an order. That's the meaning of command. To give an authority or preempt an order. Soft comment and cynical statement, they don't really have much to do with what we have, and that's why we're picking option A as the answer. Thank you. So whenever you hear the word had a nose for, it simply means that the person has instinct for such. So A is the answer. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Let's look at this JAMB past question, English 2018, question number 20. In questions 14 to 23, choose the option nearest the meaning to the underlined. One call was on the verge of signing a 2-year contract with the club. The underlined word is verge. A, brink. B, summit. C, height. D, shore. So what is the synonym of verge? On the verge. When you say that something is on the verge of, it means that that thing is almost happening or is on the brink of happening. So the word verge and brink, they are synonymous. Summit simply means the top of something. So let's look at these words one by one. Verge means that you're on the edge, almost doing something, very near to the moment when something happens. So that's the meaning of verge. Very near to the moment. So it's very near to the moment of signing to the contract. That's the meaning of verge. Brink is also the same thing. You're almost at something, or something is in a very exciting situation, like brink, almost at. That is brink. Now summit means the highest point of something. So summit simply means highest point of something. That is summit. If you say that this is a mountain, that you want to get to the summit of the mountain, this is the summit, the highest point of the mountain. Height is the quantity of being tall or being high, the quality of being high. Quality of being high. That is quality of being tall. Now, shore is the land along the edge of a sea. Land along the edge of a sea. That is what shore is. You understand? So you can see that all these along the edge, heights, all of them have they have some similarities, but the one that is most close to this is one called as N here. So the one that is very close is verge, very near to the moment, almost at the moment. So option A is the answer, because brink is very close to verge as against the other options. So we're picking A. Thank you. Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be looking at some questions in JAMB past question for 2018 under synonyms and antonyms. This is sequel to our lectures in synonyms and antonyms, as well as word factory. So we're going to be looking at this past question and highlighting the problems from nearest in meaning, synonyms, and opposite in meaning, antonyms. Please, if you like our video, click the subscribe button by this side of the screen. If you have any questions and concerns, please drop it on the comment section. If you subscribe to our channel, you'll be able to get our videos firsthand immediately they drop. If you have any complaints to make about our answers that you think that they are not correct, please drop it on the comment section. We'll look at them and we'll make the adequate changes in time. Please, you can also check the description part of these videos so that you can see our contacts and you can support us in any way that you can. You can get to our website and you see the donate page and account details where you can donate to us to help us to continue to produce better quality and useful contents like this. So hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button immediately so that you can be getting our videos whenever they drop.
So let's continue. In the questions, choose the option nearest in meaning to the underlined. Number 21. Thousands of students are candidates for the examination, but only very few pass. So the underlined word is are candidates. The options are A, come in, B, call for, C, go into, D, enter for. The nearest in meaning to our candidates is enter for. So you can see the answers. I already highlighted them in red for easy understanding. Number 22. For all he cared, the game was as good as lost. So which is the nearest in meaning to that? The whole of that statement, because the whole is underlined. Option A, he did not care if the game was lost. B, he could not care less if the game was lost. C, he was almost certain that the game would be lost. D, he was afraid the game would be lost. The answer is A, he did not care if the game was lost, because that is, it has the same meaning as for all he cared, the game was as good as lost. That means he never really cared whether the game is lost or not. Number 23, the meeting was cancelled because of the convocation. Option A, brought up. So what is the nearest meaning to cancelled? A, brought up. B, called off. C, broke off. D, phased out. So the answer is option B, called off. That is nearer to the meaning of cancelled. Number 24, Ayodeji is an ardent supporter of education for the child. So what is the nearest meaning to the word ardent? A, cogent. B, a passionate. C, an ignorant. D, an optimistic. The answer is a passionate. Being a passionate supporter is the same thing as being an ardent supporter of something. Number 25, the exhibition was an eye-opener for all. Option A, what is the nearest meaning to exhibition? A, style. B, examination. C, dispatch. D, display. So the answer is display. Display is the word with closest meaning to exhibition. Now number 23, as a journalist, Bola has always had a nose for stories. So what is the nearest meaning to nose in the statement? As a journalist, Bola has always had a nose for stories. Is it A, an instinct, B, a command, C, a soft comment, D, a cynical statement? The answer is an instinct. When you have a nose for something, that means you have instinct for that. So option A is the answer. 27. Nwankwo was on the verge of signing a 2-year contract with the club. So what is the nearest meaning to the word verge in the statement? Nwankwo was on the verge of signing a 2-year contract with the club. Is it option A, brink, B, summit, C, height, D, shore? The answer is brink. Nwankwo was on the brink of signing a 2-year contract with the club. That means he's almost signing it. So number 28, the governor told the chief that he was only on a routine tour. So the word there is routine, which is the closest in meaning to it. Is it A, normal and regular visit, B, unplanned encounter, C, surprise and impromptu check, D, walking visit and homage? Routine simply means the same thing as normal and regular visit. So the option that is the correct answer is A. 29. The new ruler is big-hearted in his dealing with the people. The word there is big-hearted. So which is the closest meaning to the word big-hearted in the new ruler is big-hearted in his dealing with the people? Is it A, proud, B, cruel, C, soft, D, generous? The word closest in meaning to big-hearted is generous. So D is the answer. Now, number 30, the essay topic is nebulous. So the underlined word is actually nebulous. The essay topic is nebulous. So what word is closest in meaning to the word nebulous? A. Distinct. B. Incorrect. C. Vague. D. Clear. So the answer is vague. Vague means something that is unclear, which is the same as nebulous. Now let's look at, checking out word factory. We're checking out synonyms. We're checking out antonyms in this past question. So now in each of the questions, select the option that best explains the information conveyed in the sentence. So which expression is actually likely to what is on the option side of this. So let's look at number 31. The events of last Friday show that there is no love lost between the principal and the vice principal. Option A, they like each other. B, they work independently. C, they couldn't part company. D, they dislike each other. No love lost. They never like themselves. 32. If he were her, it could be more fun. A, he did not show up, and so the occasion lacked much fun. If he were here, it could be more fun. That means that he did not actually show up, and so the occasion lacked much fun. B, he was being expected to supply more fun. C, there was no fun because he was not present. D, he was expected but did not show up to liven up the occasion. He did not show up, and so the occasion lacked much fun. D, he was expected but did not show up. So A is the answer. 33. Adawo is an amp. Adawo behaves quietly. Adawo behaves differently. Adawo behaves decently. Adawo behaves badly. The man reasoned that there ought to be a limit to sycophancy. A, there can be no favor beyond the reasonable point. B, sycophancy need not talk all the time. C, people should know when not to use flattery. D, sycophants should know when to grant people's requests. The organization is constantly in a state of flux. A, there are periodic changes in the organization. B, the organization is facing a difficult period. C, the organization is expecting good times. D, the organization is moribund. So A is the answer. Now let's get to opposite in meaning, which is actually where I was quickly moving to, because our target is actually nearest in meaning and opposite in meaning for this JAMB past question 2018. So let's look at question 36, opposite in meaning to the words on the line. So in each of the questions, choose the opposite option, opposite in meaning to the words or phrase in italics. So it's actually the ones in italics. The witness arrived the scene of the crime. Please, this should be called. The witness arrived the scene of the crime, and she had seen the son at the scene of the crime. Okay, let's take this out. Okay, the witness averred that she had seen the son at the scene of the crime. So what is the opposite in meaning to this word averred? So the answer, the options are A, argued, B, confirmed, C, denied, D, affirmed. So the opposite to this averred is denied. And you can also even get the correct answer by simply knowing that confirmed and affirmed are almost the same thing. So there's no way they could have been the answer. So the answer should be denied, as it is the opposite of averred. 37. The governor's visit is an unprecedented event in the history of the social club. So a verge here is the one in italics. Here we have unprecedented as the one in italics. So which word is opposite to the meaning of these? Now A perfect, B, momentous, C, an insignificant, D, an unnecessary. So unprecedented, the opposite is an insignificant, because unprecedented is a very huge event, big one, whereas insignificant is a smaller one, or something that does not have much impact. So C is the answer. 38. Our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played in the matter. What is the opposite in meaning to ignoble? Is it A, embarrassing, B, honorable, C, extraordinary, D, dishonorable? The answer is honorable. Honorable is the opposite of ignoble. 39. He is notorious for his drunkenness. Notorious. What's the opposite in meaning to notorious? A, popular, B, known, C, well known, D, renowned. So the opposite of notorious is popular, because notorious is when you're known for bad thing, popular is when you're known for a good thing. 40. The severity of the harmattan helped me to complete my writing assignment in record time, because I had no choice but to lock myself indoors. So what's the opposite in meaning to severity? A, warmth, B, mindless, C, moderation, D, leniency. So I think I need to check the word that is actually utilized. Severity means something that is very severe. So if it is not very severe, then it should be very lenient. But in this context, the severity of the harmattan, the mildness of the harmattan, the warmth of the harmattan, the moderation of the harmattan, the leniency. I think leniency should be closer to that. Now, 41, the card entitles you to attend the film show. The card entitles you. Entitles means that it qualifies you. So A, disqualifies would be the answer. B, discourages. C, disenchants. D, satisfy. It disqualifies you. Disqualify should be the opposite of entitled, because entitled simply means that the card qualifies you to attend the film show. 42, he is loved for his altruism. So what's the opposite meaning to altruism? Is it A, benevolence, B, sincerity, C, selfishness, D, selflessness? The opposite is selfishness. A. 43. The journalist said he was working freelance. So what's the opposite meaning to freelance? Is it A, tireless, B, without pay, D, satisfactorily, D, dependently? When you're a freelance, it means that you're independent. So the opposite is dependently, D. 44. The Flying Eagles put a plucky defense against the opponents. What's the opposite meaning to plucky? Is it A, strong, B, weak, C, careless, D, tactful? The answer is B, weak. 45. We found a shady place for the display. Shady. What's the opposite meaning to shady? A, an open, B, an unsafe, C, a stuffy, D, an enclosed. The opposite of shady is an open place. So that's where we're going to be stopping for this. We've looked at synonyms and we've looked at antonyms, and where we are exposed to a challenge. Number 40, the severity of harmattan helped me to complete my assignment in record time. So what is supposed to be the answer? I'm giving you as an assignment number 40. So get it done and send your answers in the comment section of this video. Thank you and God bless you. Please hit the subscribe button.
Welcome. Today we are going to be bringing you more questions on word problem. Please, if this is your first time, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, so that any video that we drop on this, you'll be able to get. If you have any questions and concerns, drop them on the comment section. You can always get to our website, www.jamb.com. jambbynifolini.com or Tclassified.com to see most of our lectures. Today we're going to be looking at a word problem sample, and it says the sum of the three consecutive numbers is 36. Find the number. Sum of three consecutive numbers. Whenever we talk about consecutive number, what do we mean? Numbers that differ from each other. Is it not? With the addition of 1. Is it not? Give me consecutive numbers that you know. No, a real number. 1, 2, 3. They are consecutive. You know? After 1 you see 2. After 2 you see 3. Is it not? But let's say you don't know the number. You represent the number with what? X. So the next number will be what? X plus 1. And the next one will be what? X plus 2. So to solve this problem, we say let a number be represented by what? X. But you have three consecutive numbers. So what are those three consecutive numbers? X, X plus 1, and X plus 2. Is that not so? Now it's telling us that the sum of these three consecutive numbers is what? 36. So we have X, this X plus X plus 1 plus X plus 2 equal to what? 36. So we make X the subject of the formula, is it not? So we add up all the X, we have 1, 2, 3X, is it not? So we have 3X. Then we have 1 plus 2, 3. Then we have this that this is brought down, is it not? So making X the subject of the formula, take this 3 over here. We have 36 minus 3 will give us 33, is it not? So making X the subject, we have X equal to 33 over what? 3. So X is equal to what? 11. Is that clear? Is that clear? So that's how you solve. I told us before, when you want to solve, the first in the procedure is to
I hope
make
everything's
the
all
number
right
to be
today.
equal to what? X.
Damilola,
Second is to convert all the
is he okay?
statement to what? Mathematical forms. The statement says 3 consecutive. What does consecutive mean? X, X plus 1, X plus 2. Is it not? Then you now link them up and
When?
solve down the equation.
When is
Is
he
that
coming
clear?
back?
So that's how you do it when you want to
When
solve
is
it.
this?
Please, if you like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can always see our videos. Thank you
Wow.
for your subscriptions and support.
Hmm? Where is their house? Huh? Message for. Okay. Rewrite. If fear say you know. If fear say you no go right, we no go. But what I'm thinking is that although the issue you're going to get is when you try to form your CV. Because if not, I will ask you to create another account. But it's no, I'll be made you finish the training first. Now the same thing that they think. At least by that time you know that you have covered them much. But still at that point you still need this trick where they tell you. Create another account with a totally different face. Person where you know say you know even there anything near this. Use that in the face and see if it become a very good review with the person. Apply for that same if you are like you'll be going for the full stack Java, right? You apply for that full stack Java. Use and see how their question they do. See if it is the same question. Even if it is not the same question, at least you know the caliber of question they are going to be sending you. After that, you now use your own normal profile. Don't worry, we shall all get there. Oh, now to start building my CV, my profile.